Hi everyone, how's it going?
What's up? Welcome to the second episode of our One Piece review series.
Oh boy, it's been a long chapter.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, literally, it's literally a long chapter, and also it's a lot of information.
And it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a specifically long period of time for us. Yes,
it's been one hell of a month for sure. Yeah, we start off and we don't do what I thought was going to happen, which was going to be like a cut to like Green Bull just fighting everyone like in town. They actually have the scabbards show up and they're just like, yeah, you can't do this. You gotta stop.
We literally just finished, our arc. We don't need you coming here, starting a new one for us, please.
Yeah, come on. And Green Bull is worse than we thought he was last chapter, actually.
As in, like, a worse person, not necessarily worse as in weaker. He's definitely really strong. He's just not exactly a very relatable person.
Because not only is he a super hardcore Akainu fanboy, he's also really bending the knee to the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah.
Drinking that Tenryubito Kool-Aid, as it were.
To the point where he's basically promoting racism without promoting racism.
Yeah.
So, the ideology he has being that, depending on translation, but ultimately the translation being, or the meaning behind it being that people kind of need to be in different, like, social and political classes so that the world can work. Seems like just a real bad philosophy all around. It just kind of sucks.
Also, in the official translation, he says that since the Wano is an affiliate with the world government, they have no human rights.
Yeah, they have no sovereignty. That's so fucking... He's like, yeah, so my government doesn't recognize you exist, so I can just kill you with impunity. It's like extreme prejudice.
And boy does he have extreme prejudice, that's for sure.
Oh,
we find out the name is Delver is the woods fruit.
Yeah, like a forest man or whatever.
Yeah. I'm a woodsman.
Which is also a Logia for some reason. Like, I know we have like the other guy or whatever who's not technically an element either.
Caribou.
Yeah, the Caribou man. He's a swamp dude, and swamp doesn't make sense as an element. But I guess now that we have two in the form of swamp and forest, we can't really complain anymore. We're like, there's a precedent for it now. Whatever.
But yeah, this guy is really just detestable.
Yeah, he's bad. He sucks.
Just try to stop me. I'll kill thousands of you. Anything to ensure I reach Straw Hat Luffy.
Yeah, that's
wow.
Yeah, that is quite reminiscent of like Akainu's ideology with like getting rid of what's it called the island with all the smart people.
Ohara.
Yeah, like getting rid of Ohara. Like the same idea is like they need to die. I'll kill them all if I have to, but they need to die. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy's something else, which leads you to believe that he's gonna be beaten here, because I don't think he would have such a like all his ideology would be like laid out so blatantly so quickly.
If he wasn't like a throwaway character.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say throwaway because he's like an admiral or whatever, but like
this is kind of like less a throwaway and more like a landmark character, like Hody, for instance.
Yeah,
I feel like
he's the new like ceiling for power that they've achieved.
Exactly. Yamato gets a big schmack on him, and he acknowledges that it hurts.
Which makes sense. If there's anyone here who's able to hurt an admiral, Yamato should certainly be one of them.
Exactly. Shout out to Shinobu for actually joining this fight.
Even though they have no obligation to be there at all. Their job's done. Like, they did it,
Exactly.
The scabbards are here, and, like, when initially reading the chapter, I kind of brushed them aside, thinking, like, oh, they're injured, they just fought Kaido or whatever, and, like, their numbers are lower, but after some thought and some, stewing on the topic, I do kind of understand why they would be, like, able to hold back Green Bull for a bit. Because, like, even if they can't beat him, they're still all capable of using Haki, and they were able to hurt Kaido. Like, not kill him, but they could hurt Kaido. So if they're at the level of hurting Kaido, they should be able to hurt, if not seriously injure, Green Bull, too.
Yeah. Honestly, towards the beginning of this arc, I was kind of unimpressed by the samurai. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the average level of samurai is pretty low, all things considered.
Yeah. But, like, the scabbards, I have to admit, they have gotten a bit more respect in my eyes.
I mean, especially, like, Cat Viper and Dogstorm.
Oh, yeah.
They were actually, like, doing fine by themselves, like, just the two of them. Like, each of them are like, easily at number level, if not, like, you know, at, like, close to, like, headliner, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Momo shows up for a bit. Now doesn't really do
Gets
anything.
fucking manhandled?
Yeah, basically.
He's trying so hard, though, and you gotta respect him for trying. He's not a coward anymore, he's just pathetic. Which might be worse.
Possibly. But he's insistent that Yamato doesn't help him. Yamato, you must not fight. Which is interesting. Like, does he have some kind of plan, maybe?
It might be a pride thing.
Could be.
He's like, because he declared real hard, like, a chapter ago that he's, like, the new ruler of Wano or whatever. He's like, I'm the son of Kazuki Oden, right? Like, I'm the shogun of Wano. So, like, he's probably trying to do... Like, this is literally his first job ever. Like, as new shogun, an admiral immediately shows up and is trying to kill everybody to get to an ally that just helped you liberate your people. Like, this is day one for him. It's rough.
That's true. I'm still a little bit dubious to that line about him saying specifically, Yamato, you must not fight. Which is strange. But going from that, we get to our first flash away from the main setting to close enough. The seas near Wano, where we see the red-haired pirates, and
it's been a while.
Boy, some of them are excited to see Luffy. And
Yasop's not excited to see Usopp potentially.
Sure.
He says he's not ready, which doesn't make sense. You literally haven't seen him since he was like 7. How much more time do you need? Like, seriously, bro?
He's been too busy fucking crocheting that star cape of his.
It gets bigger every time we see it.
Yeah. We get a flashback to when the Red Hair Pirates took the gum fruit, which is... Again, it's another interesting thing where I might be thinking too deep into it, but, like, it seems interesting that he's, like, thinking about it specifically when seeing Gear 5.
I think it's a hindsight situation for him, because it might have been, like, a lasting mystery for his life where, like, when the moment he stole the gum fruit was, like, one of the, like, more difficult times as a pirate starting out, because... For whatever reason, after getting this one fruit that makes people stretchy, the Marines were really on his ass. And now he knows why, finally, you know?
Yeah, there's also a panel where you see him smiling after he gets his arm torn off.
Which, there better be some reasons, Oda. I swear to God.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're particularly...
oh my God.
You're particularly... you find it strange that he lost his arm to a regular Sea King.
Not even a strong one. Like, it was an average Sea King at best. And, like, you could wager that, Shanks might not have known, like, Haki at that point. But he 100% knew Haki at that point. He used Conquerors to scare it away. And he was, like, in his mid-20s at the time. You're telling me Shanks didn't unlock Haki until, like, his 30s? It just doesn't make sense. He definitely needed to lose that arm. If there's any narrative, like, weight behind that, I'm hoping we found out that the arm was, like, cursed or something. Because there's no other reason why he would want to lose it on purpose.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
we see some red hair pirates who were not on the crew. Those 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, they're like cabin boys now because they're like sweeping the deck or whatever when we see them.
Yeah, there's some kind of strange gorilla person, I think.
Yeah, he's like a gorilla demon man. Which, okay, I guess he's a mink. Probably.
Yeah, probably. And then Shanks and some of the other crew members are discussing that they're not here to. They're not. Well, Shanks isn't interested in seeing Luffy, and his other crewmates are like, "Yeah, Bartolomeo has been fucking with our shit."
I really desperately want to find out that Bartolomeo's been starting so much shit just out in the ocean, starting constant fights with people in Luffy's name.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think this is kind of funny because I've heard. I saw one person make a video about like, oh yeah, this is definitive proof that the cover stories are canon, and like I guess that means like some people think that the cover stories aren't like
canon at all, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because like one of the cover stories really early should have already been canon, and that's Buggy's. Like,
exactly.
Buggy recounts that journey. He talks about how he met Elvida and everything. Like, or Elvida. So,
Shanks says, let's claim the One Piece in this chapter.
For the first time. This is the first time he's shown any real interest in it, which is wild considering how long he's been around and aware that it exists.
I'm curious what he's only speaking to Ben Beckman right now. Like, directly.
Yeah, well, that's his first mate, you know.
I suppose so, but, I mean, why wouldn't he say it's like the whole crew?
Because I think the rest of his crew might not be the most competent when it comes to, like, planning missions.
Yeah, I am curious about Ben Beckman, you know?
Because Ben's supposed to be, like, one of the smartest people on the planet. So, like, if you're gonna talk about plans for the future with anybody, it's him. What do you think Lucky's gonna, like, contribute to this discussion? It's like, let's get the One Piece. Like, alright, sure, whatever. Like,
yeah, he'll be really fast about it, because...
He's like... eating.
No, because, like, isn't he, like... Wasn't it, like, in, like, a data book or something? Like, it said that he's, like, one of the fastest characters in the series.
Oh, yeah, physically, too. Which... I gotta see him rolling around at the speed of sound.
Yeah, honestly, if like Film Red doesn't give us like an action scene with the red hair pirates,
that's gonna be just such a shame. And also, like, just false advertising. Like, that movie's not about Shanks at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Uta seems like a really interesting character. I just, when you put fucking Shanks' scars on the title,
it better include Shanks at least for the last like 20 minutes. Like, come on.
Yeah, so Shanks, let's claim the One Piece. I think, that's...
We had a debate about this earlier, about whether or not Shanks knows where it is.
Yeah,
and I can see that he probably doesn't know the exact location, just due to the the timeline and how it played out. But I still think he has a better grasp of where it could be than anybody else without the road poneglyphs.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I think that's a fair statement to make, which is why I think it's kind of interesting that he's saying this now.
Because he was easily strong enough to get them earlier.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone was qualified to get the One Piece before Luffy's era, and I say that with very strong air quotes because Luffy's only been a pirate for like 3 years, but
Max, yeah.
Before his era, though, Shanks was easily one of the most qualified people to straight up get the One Piece, like fully achieve it.
Exactly.
Like, he had connections to Whitebeard, he knew Big Mom and Kaido, like, he could have done it.
Maybe it's like the theory, have you ever heard I wouldn't call it a theory, but like the observation people made about when Thanos decided to start going after the Infinity Stones?
Yeah, because he was waiting for like the Asgardians to die and whatever.
Like, Odin had just died, the Sorcerer Supreme just died, like a bunch of other people, like a bunch of like really like key figures have like just died before he did that. So like all of the major head honchos of the world were like gone by that point. And now the world is short 2 seasoned emperors, and Shanks knows that Buggy really isn't capable of actually being an emperor, and I'm almost positive he's confident he can take out Luffy. Which, I mean, he could.
Wait,
maybe.
Shanks or Buggy?
Shanks is.
Okay, good. I was about to say, him... If Buggy has any semblance of confidence in his ability to take out Luffy's crew, oh god, can't wait for that rematch. It's been like 1,400 chapters since the first fight, but you know, they could do it again or whatever.
Cutting to Navy headquarters, and cutting to the title of this chapter, Flame Emperor.
Yeah, new title. Yeah.
Sabo has been given the title of the Flame Emperor.
Which, Emperor, as a term in general, not really a light term to throw around.
Also, it's the name of one of Ace's attacks.
Which might not necessarily be an attack that Sabo even knows. Now, the reason I say that is because Ace's techniques were his, right? And Sabo, for a long-ass time, didn't even know that his brothers were alive or who he was. So, like, he found out that he had brothers when he found out Ace died. So, unless he did some heavy research into Ace's life and his techniques, it only makes sense why he would know that he can, just because that's literally Ace's moniker. Like, he was known as Fire Fist Ace. So he's like, oh, I'll name an attack after my brother. I'll call it Fire Fist. He's never used this before. It's an homage. But, like, and it's also a really simple technique to do, right? Like, you just punch, but you make your fist fire. And it's big.
I just think it's an interesting parallel that that Sabo's new title is
an actual technique that Ace used to have, yeah.
Which is also, his moniker was also a technique that
he had himself, yeah. I guess the people with the fire fruit or Maranomi or whatever are just, just named after their own shit, I guess. They do lead for some pretty cool monikers, though.
Cobras Dead.
Yeah, Cobras Dead. Yeah, it's a sad death, but not too sad. Like, I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, he was an important character, but he was unimportant enough for him to die without the fans throwing a riot. Yeah.
I mean, he seemed like a nice guy. I hope fucking Pell and Chaka are okay, because Vivi's also been kidnapped.
No, Pell got blown up again.
But he's fine.
Yeah, but he's still fine. You see him and he just has like a single scar in his right hand. It's like, what happened? He was like, they shot me out of the sky and I exploded again.
Yeah, it blew up. But I got better.
And Chaka just gets fucking one shot again by Crocodile. He's like, what? You weren't even supposed to be here.
Let's see here. Yeah. The revolutionaries actually fought with
and won.
Yeah.
Like, for all intents and purposes, that was a landslide victory. Like, they had virtually no losses, and they got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah. And this new guy is saying that, they didn't want to exhibit their full powers, but Akainu rightly says you don't make excuses for them.
Yeah, so, they're admirals. They have to fight at the capacity that is respected for admirals, right? Otherwise, it just kind of defeats the purpose of being in an admiral position, right?
Yeah.
Like, we also had a discussion about this, how admirals inherently kind of have to be at a certain power level in the Navy, because, like, the other positions up to vice admiral you can earn through, like, notoriety, espionage, fucking influence and money. But
the only one that requires a specific thing is that you need to know one form of hockey to become a vice admiral.
Yeah, so that's the most solid evidence for an example of power being associated with a position in the Navy. Because, like, power and position in the Navy is similar to bounty posters and pirate strength. Like, you can have a really high or a really low bounty, and the actual ability that you have to fight can be either or. Like, Chopper's a great example of the inverse, right?
Exactly.
Lowest hell bounty, easily strong enough to be within, like, hundreds of millions, even though he's at 10.
Then we get fucking best guy ever as
literally
the director of the Naval Bureau of Investigation, which is
best
not
guy ever from YouTube. It's hilarious.
Which is not as cool of a name as the Navy Criminal Affairs Unit, which was the official translation.
Yeah, it's an okay name. It's mostly the fact that it's such a specific division that we've never heard of before. Like, he's just here now,
But I think it's interesting. I personally think it's interesting that his name is Kuroma,
Like a
which
title.
translates to Black Horse, similar to the Admiral's titles.
Yeah, same Navy convention, but different Navy position, maybe?
I mean, he's the director of the Naval Bureau of Investigation. So
yeah, like, it's obviously a different position on paper, but I'm saying, like, practically speaking, they might just be adjacent, right?
Because, like, he doesn't have an official, like, Marine title. Like, he doesn't have an officer rank.
Right, yeah, like, his position might just be an equivalent rank, right? Like if you're an admiral in real life and someone else is a general, like, for the army, right? Like, you have similar powers in different fields, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
I personally don't think he's going to be very good at fighting, but everything that the story has so far with the name conventions leads to it being believed that he probably is. He's just showing up kind of late in the story for, like, somebody with a title like that, in my opinion, because he wasn't there for Marineford, but he might have been out there investigating or whatever. So
here's an interesting translation difference. In regards to one of the second to last pages, Kizaru asks about the attempted murder of Saint Charlos.
In the first one, right?
Well, in both.
Okay, I'm jumping the gun. Okay, so
yeah,
what's
in the scans, it says Saint Mjosgard excused the criminals in the Holy Land. The gods' knights have jurisdiction to mediate disputes. It's a complicated situation to say the least.
Yeah.
However, in the official translation, it's as far as the accusation that Saint Mjosgard let the attacker escape, that's being deliberated in the land of the gods. The Holy Knights have intervened, and it's all a big mess now.
Ooh.
So
we got a name drop and context in the official translation. That's some good shit.
So it's unlike in the scans, it seems like it's still an ongoing thing.
Which makes more sense as to why they're still talking about it.
Yeah.
And we find out that our boy, the only good Celestial Dragon, actually did something, which is a part of what the controversy is. Like, he's helped people escape, and we also find out that, the Holy Knights or whatever are a thing.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Because they're italicized and bolded.
That's some grade A shit right there. If it's italicized and bolded, that's like the titles you get from Roger and shit. Like, you don't see that very often.
And speaking of italicized and bolded, they give what's happening right now with the revolutionaries a name, the Eight Nation Revolution.
Oh, an official title for the event that happened.
Exactly. Okay. So apparently, while all the kings and whatever were at the reverie, the Revolutionary Army just started revolutions in their countries.
Yeah, while they were away. God.
Which is a fucking power move, to say the least.
It is a really good tactic, but I've always had complicated feelings about the Revolutionary Army because, they are revolutionaries, and because of the way revolutions happen, they're inherently kind of either backhanded or just kind of sleazy in the way things are done. Because, it's a small group of people with a radical ideology fighting against a larger established group, so it kind of has to be that way. I guess it's mostly just me being raised in a country that doesn't like the idea of revolutions. Call me indoctrinated, but I don't exactly like to relate to rebels much, which is weird considering I'm fucking American.
Yeah, I actually had a thought about this when we first went over the chapter. Stupid little me forgot he actually stopped the recording when we were doing it halfway through, and I fucked it up. But I was curious as to why everyone reacted the way they did to the news that Sabo killed Cobra.
Yeah, because the times when I saw the chapter seemed weird, right? I didn't realize that all of Wano happened before they read the paper.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so this is a different paper, right? But no, it's the same one. It's the same paper that everyone was fucking losing their shit over. Like, they were crying and stuff. Like, what? What?
Like, yeah, like, Makino is, like, bawling, and Dodon and, like, the rest of the Mountain Bandits are, like, they're like, we just found out Sabo was alive, and now this?
Yeah, so it's probably, like, a mixed reactions of, like, either they're happy that something happened, or they're sad that Sabo's now considered a murderer, which, if we're being honest, Sabo has definitely murdered so many Marines before he killed Cobra, if he did.
I mean, like, to be fair, all three of the ASL brothers also
killed tons, yeah. Like, Luffy has killed so much at this point. You can't tell me that a regular Marine soldier can survive a King Kong gun.
Even the revolutionaries were like all shocked. They were like, "No, this isn't true. This is impossible. Not Sabo.
Yeah, this isn't our Sabo. Hashtag not my Sabo."
So, like, why? That's what I'm wondering. Because, I mean, like,
why would they believe it at all? If I saw this, if I saw in a newspaper, right, that, like, Alex was, like, found outside of a Kmart and had killed 86 kids and, like, run away with, like, a child or whatever, I'd be like...
Or, like, had I seen you on the news, like, Jack, just killed the president of Mumbai over the weekend.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't be freaking out. I'd be like, bullshit. Like, what?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why did Jack kill the president of Mumbai?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
that doesn't make any
sense. Alex
sense.
would ever kill the president, or killed these people, but sure.
But yeah, but it seems strange that their reactions are so, like...
extreme, yeah. To something that's, like, clearly propaganda, if you ask me.
But, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and find out, because...
If we find in a flashback that Sabo just, like, rips Cobra's heart out through the back, or some shit, it'd be like, we really misjudged Sabo. Like, holy shit.
Or either that, or, like, he fucking winds up a punch, and he just, like,
completely
knocks Cobra down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, it just completely whiffs the attack, and accidentally hits him, and he just falls out of the window or some shit, and he dies.
So, whoops.
Like, oh, my bad.
This is awkward.
Yeah, my hand slipped.
Hey, it's Editing Alex here. Just pointing out that I forgot to mention that I thought it was weird how their motivations don't line up with what killing Cobra would mean, specifically along the lines of Cobra being one of the few monarchs who actually cares about his people, and also has a peaceful resolution with a revolutionary, with a revolution. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why the revolutionaries would kill him. So I think it's probably the case that somebody else killed Cobra and they're just blaming it on Sabo. But like again, like we say, we'll have to wait and see what happened because we have very little information at this point. All right, back to the review. So what are your predictions for next chapter?
Well, next chapter, depending on the speed in which events happen, we might get to finally see the red hair pirates kill an admiral, so that's gonna be cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
If that doesn't happen, we'll get to see, like, the scabbards, like, hold off, Green Bull for a bit, and then we'll see Luffy either using his powers willingly for the first time, you know, as the Nika Nika no Mi, or just, like, using Red Rock, like, just casually, and just, you know, blowing up his insides. like literally immolating him from the inside out, because Red Rock does penetrating fire damage. That's so good against the tree guy.
I think that the next chapter could go one of two ways. Either we're going to get back to the fight with Green Bull, in which case I think you're probably right, like, with the red-haired pirates.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they're out. Like, I feel like if they weren't, like, if they were just in, like, indiscriminate seas, then that would be one thing. But, like, since they're outside of Wano right now,
yeah,
I think it's a pretty good shot that they're just going to show up
to actually do something.
Yeah, and if not next chapter, then the chapter after that.
Yeah, and then they would just be like a reunion, or them interrupting the fight if, like, Green Bull's somehow strong enough to fight off the entire, like, Straw Hat crew by himself.
And then Shanks is like,
be able to do.
I've come to stop this war.
Yeah, again. But this time for real. And then he just kills Green Bull. No, but like, if our speculation from the last chapter is to be believed, though, and like, King and Queen weren't weakened by like sea prison cuffs or whatever, and Green Bull is legit strong enough to fight King and Queen by himself, then he might legit be able to hold off the whole Straw Hat crew, and then just like, necessitate Shanks showing up to cap his ass.
Yeah, it is possible. But, like I said, and I think this is a point that no one has brought up still, I am, like, almost 90% positive that they had Sea Prism cuffs on.
Yeah.
Almost 90% positive.
We'll find out when the fight really gets off with Green Bull at this point, because we'll get a good gauge for his power,
Yeah, exactly. And if it doesn't continue with the Green Bull fight, I think we're gonna get some more perspectives. I think we're gonna see what happens to the warlords, probably.
Yeah. We might get some like cameos from like previous arcs and like towns and islands and stuff.
Or we'll see like the actual aftermath with like the
other royalty and stuff, like in Alabasta with like the fishmen and everything.
Yeah, do you think which of the warlords do you think actually got like captured or beaten? Because I think Hancock might be a sure thing, because they probably sent Fujitora after her.
Yeah, the one man who's very easily not susceptible.
Exactly.
No, we find out he's dead. He's solid stone because she went in close and got a boob touch. And he's like, huh? And they just gets petrified. But like, no, she's probably captured. Mihawk's just by himself. He's chilling. I want to see like just a flash over to Mihawk like on Thriller Bark, and it's just the bay is filled with halved ships and corpses.
Because Kizaru is at Navy headquarters.
Yeah, and so his
Green
ass
Bull's in
ain't there.
Wano.
Yeah.
So there's no admirals going after Mihawk, meaning that Mihawk's gonna be fine.
Yeah, there should just be a mountain. Like the bay of like dead ships before they got to Thriller Bark. I want it to look like that outside of Thriller Bark. Like, it's just extended, basically.
It's just gonna be like fucking Normandy Beach.
Oh, God.
Just like sword slices just flying
everywhere.
by.
Yeah. And like the Humandrils aren't even fighting to participate. They're just cheering him on. It's like, yeah! It's like, do it, boss. Kill all these humans or whatever.
Buggy clearly got away.
No, he's an emperor in prison. They gave him the title while he was in jail. No, but so Buggy probably got away, though, if he's been declared an emperor.
Weevil is... I have no idea what...
He's always been a wild card, because he's just weird. We still haven't seen him do anything important yet. And that's basically it. Because everyone else is already either in prison, in Marijois, on Luffy's crew, or just freed.
Who the fuck is Simon?
What?
There was a category on the One Piece wiki called candidates, and there's this guy named Simon
who's considered a candidate to be a warlord, but we've never heard of him.
Well, I can tell you why. It's probably because he's fucking from a GBA game.
Oh God. Yeah, definitely One Piece canon, guys.
I don't know, take a look at this guy. He looks sick.
Simon. Okay, I don't know what your definition of sick is, but I don't think this looks that sick.
So for reference, everyone, he looks like Professor Newtonium from Powerpuff Girls with a monocle and a Mihawk's chin beard.
And he's wearing like a spoke of a giant wagon wheel.
Yeah, he's wearing, and he's got a fucking all white cloak going on, and he's got a Bible. Yeah. So that's Simon.
That's Simon. Actually, he looks closer to the Professor Dad from Invader Zim than the Powerpuff Girls dad.
I guess so.
Because he has the bang,
True. True. Here's a shittier like image of him, but that's like his full body.
That does not help. He has clown shoes! Why is this man rocking black and white clown shoes?
He's wearing like a combination of spats and clown shoes.
Oh god! He looks so bad. He looks like he has paper powers though, which is kind of cool.
The non-canon Logia Delver that allows you to create control it into pieces of paper. Okay.
Yeah, he's like Conan from Naruto.
Yeah, the Pasa Pasa no Mi.
Ugh. And of course, that's what, is that a Parameci or a Logia?
It's a Logia.
No! I don't want pages to be an element! What?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's the page element, man.
Also, another instance of Oda coming up with a power before Naruto did.
Oh, wait, was this released in the game before,
This game came out in 2002.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, it might have.
I'll probably cut all this from the edit, but, like, you know, this is still
I think it's pretty funny.
But yeah, that's chapter 1054, Flame Emperor.
Yep.
And no break next week, which is
good. It's very good.
Smexy.
I hope that at some point, we get, like, just more updates in the form of, like, cover pages, you know, like, cover stories, for, like, the other people in the story just reacting to what's happening in the world. Like, I just want to see what it's like back in, what's it called? What's the place that Nami's from?
Kokoyashi Village.
Yeah, I want to see, like, Kokoyashi Village. I want to see, like, Log Town and stuff, and, like, how they're reacting to Luffy being a fucking emperor now. Like, I think that'd be pretty hype for those people. They like Luffy. It would also just be easy fodder for Oda to make stuff for that, too. Not like the man's not up to the task. He's clearly shown that he is. That tweet, by the way, still fucking me up right now.
Yeah, you can start from here, guys. This is the One Piece.
Yeah, all of my writing practice and, like, groundwork is done and laid out. The story has officially begun. Hi, non-editing Jack here. So, in regards to what Oda said about this chapter and all the subsequent chapters before it and after, I think Oda has every right to claim that this is or isn't a good point for One Piece, and the only reason I say that is because we don't know what the series is going to be like after this point. So when he states that this is, like, you know, the beginning of One Piece, whether or not that's a joke is only going to be kind of played out with time. Like, if we find out from this point onward that any of the developments from the past are going to be, like, only important and hype if you, like, participated in that development at the time, then I think it's actually possible that this would be just a perfectly fine place to start off One Piece.
But yeah, that's been our chapter review for this week. Knowing me, I'll probably get it done by, like, Wednesday, which is going to be late, and we're not going to get enough click-throughs, but who cares? We don't get any click-throughs anyway.
And we'll see you for the next chapter when it does come out.
So if you want to be around for that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell icon.
Yes. Don't forget to do all of the, you know, satanic rituals necessary for YouTube or whatever format we're on to recognize we exist and deserve money.
Yeah. Now, don't forget to like, too.
Yeah, that one. It's like, comment, subscribe, and, like, the bell thing. Yeah, that's the one.
Hit that subscribe button, click that little bell, and hit set to all.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
I'm getting chills by doing that, but all right. Yeah, we'll see you next week, everybody.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.